One day, a beautiful cat was playing alone in the park. She jumped around happily, explored the flowers, and played on the swings, but there was a hint of sadness in her eyes. Suddenly, she heard a soft crying sound coming from nearby. Curious, she followed the sound and discovered a small, dirty, and wet kitten stuck inside a sewer drain. At first, she hesitated, but then bravely reached out with her paw and pulled the kitten out. The kitten was cold and scared, but the big cat gently hugged her and comforted her. Then the two of them rode a small toy-like cart back to the cat's cozy home. There she gave the kitten a warm bath, cleaned her up, and shared a delicious fish meal with her. They played together joyfully, chasing balls of yarn, jumping on pillows, and laughing. In the end, the two cats curled up beside each other and fell asleep, no longer lonely. It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Early in the morning, as the first rays of sunlight peeked through the window, the two cats were still curled up together, fast asleep. The little kitten slowly opened her eyes and found herself in a warm, safe place, surrounded by toys, cushions, and kindness. The older cat, Meow, greeted her with a smile and a gentle, "Good morning." They enjoyed breakfast together, fresh milk and tasty fish. After eating, Meow took the little kitten, now named Choti, on a tour of her neighborhood. Birds chirped from the trees, the breeze was soft, and other animals watched the two with wonder. Along the way, a stray cat tried to scare Choti, but Meow stood bravely in front of her, protecting her. "She's not alone anymore," Meow said proudly. "She's my friend now." Their bond grew stronger with each passing moment, and Choti, once lost and afraid, now had a home and a hero. Now, the little kitten, Choti, began to feel truly happy and safe. Meow was not just her friend, but also her protector and teacher. She taught Choti how to climb trees, quietly follow butterflies, and even the proper way to clean her paws. One day, it started to rain, and Choti became frightened. One day, a brave little kitten and her uncle, a strong, gentle tomcat, were walking down a quiet street. As they strolled, they heard strange meowing sounds coming from a parked van nearby. Curious, they peeked inside and were shocked. Dozens of kittens were locked inside cages, scared and helpless. The van belonged to a pet dealer, and the kittens were being taken away. The little kitten's eyes widened, with sadness, but she didn't waste a moment. With her uncle's help, she leapt onto the van, found the latch, and opened the cages one by one. The kittens poured out joyfully, finally free. The tomcat kept watch while the little one guided all the rescued kittens out safely. Together, they led the whole group down the street, forming a cheerful, playful parade of tails and paws. Once home, the kitten gave them food, soft blankets, and lots of love. The house that was once quiet now echoed with laughter, purring, and the happy sound of many tiny paws running around. They played, they cuddled, and they were finally safe. It was the beginning of a new family born not by blood, but by kindness and courage. Let me know if you'd like this as a voiceover script or storyboard next. That night, as the kittens played under the stars and the tomcat watched over them proudly, the little kitten heard a soft fluttering and a weak chirp coming from the bushes. She followed the sound and found a small bird, badly injured, with one wing bent and feathers covered in dust. The kittens gathered around, their eyes full of concern. Gently, the little kitten picked up the bird in her paws and brought it inside. She wrapped it in a warm cloth and cleaned its wounds. Carefully. With help from the tomcat, she applied medicine from a small bottle they kept in the kitchen. The bird chirped softly in pain but soon relaxed. After some rest, the kitten offered the bird a few seeds and drops of water. The bird slowly began to eat. All the kittens sat quietly, watching with big eyes, learning what compassion looked like. The next morning, the bird felt stronger, even flapping its wings gently. Though it couldn't fly yet, it hopped happily around the room while the kittens played nearby. Together they laughed, played, and shared snacks. And for the first time, the little bird smiled too, with her tiny beak and bright eyes shining. In that warm home, under the care of the little kitten and her big heart, no one stayed broken for long. Let me know if you'd like the next part. Maybe the bird flying again? One sunny afternoon, the little kitten had a new idea. She wandered into the garden behind the house, her tiny paws leaving prints in the soil. There, she spotted some ripe potatoes growing in the corner patch. With a bit of effort and a lot of excitement, she dug them out and carried them home one by one. Inside the kitchen, she washed each potato carefully in a bowl of water, splashing a little as she giggled. Then, with help from the tomcat, she peeled and sliced them into thin finger chips. The delicious smell of frying potatoes soon filled the air. The kittens gathered around eagerly, their noses twitching. When the chips were golden and crispy, she served them on a big plate. They all sat together in a cozy circle, kittens, tomcat, and even the little bird, crunching and munching, sharing stories and laughter. It wasn't just a snack. It was a celebration of friendship, warmth, and the joy of doing something kind for others. Let me know if you'd like this scene turned into a script, storyboard, or animated narration. One day, the little kitten and her mother cat were exploring the top of a wooden deck in the backyard. They were chasing butterflies and playing with leaves when suddenly the kitten slipped on the edge and tumbled down. Thud! She landed on the ground with a soft cry. The mother cat rushed down, her heart pounding. The kitten had hurt her paw and was limping slightly, with a small scratch on her forehead. Without wasting a second, the mother gently picked her up and hurried to the animal care shed nearby, where they kept first aid. She carefully opened the box, took out a soft bandage and a bottle of cat-safe pain reliever, their own version of Speedol, and began to treat her. She cleaned the wound with warm water, dabbed it gently, and wrapped the paw in a soft white cloth. The kitten winced a little but stayed brave. After the bandage was done, the mother cat cuddled her close and carried her back to their cozy bed. They snuggled under a warm blanket, resting quietly as the kitten slowly began to feel better. To cheer her up, the mother cat got up and made a fresh juice from garden fruits, a little mix of berry and melon. She poured it into tiny cups, made from bottle caps, and they both sat on the windowsill, sipping slowly while watching the sky turn pink with the setting sun. The moment was peaceful, healing, and full of love, a reminder that even when accidents happen, care and comfort can make everything okay again. Let me know if you'd like the next part, or if you'd like a version with dialogues or subtitles. The next morning, sunlight peeked through the window, warming the blanket where the kitten still rested, her little paw wrapped gently in the soft bandage. The mother cat woke up first and carefully checked her baby's paw. The swelling had gone down a little, and the kitten smiled sleepily, stretching her tiny legs. "Feeling better?" the mother purred softly. The kitten nodded. To celebrate her healing, the mother brought out a tiny sketchbook made of old leaves and paper scraps. Together, they sat near the window, drawing pictures with colored chalks and berry